I woke up to the ticking clock and instantly knew today was the day. Warm light, a quiet room, and my ticket to Kyoto waiting on the table. I packed everything I needed, my journal, a pen, my thermos. Then I zipped my bag, slipped the journal into the front pocket, and took a deep breath. I double-checked my ticket and took one last look around the room. Checked the suitcase, click, locked. Put on my hat, looked out the window, and smiled. I picked up my ticket and held it for a second. Kyoto. Then I grabbed my suitcase, swung my bag over my shoulder, and headed out the door. Time to go. At the station, everything had its own sound. Footsteps, announcements, the distant rumble of the train. I followed the signs, watched the trains glide in and out, and felt that little spark of excitement in my chest. I showed my ticket, stepped onto the platform, and waited as the door slid open with a soft hiss. I let a couple of passengers pass. Soon, I was inside the carriage. I followed the aisle, found my seat number, and set my bag down. Right by the window, my spot. When the train started moving, I felt it without anyone saying a word. Little neighborhood houses slid past the window, neat and quiet. Across the aisle, someone was already deep in a book, turning pages like they had nowhere else to be. I opened my notebook, uncapped my pen, and let the rhythm of the tracks steady my thoughts. On the first page, I wrote, Kyoto, Episode 2. The conductor rolled a cart down the aisle, and a moment later, a cup of tea was placed in front of me. I took a sip, warm and calm, and watched the scenery change. Rice fields appeared one after another. Then morning fog resting on the hills, and more Japanese houses flashing by in between. Then the view turned into a beautiful stretch of Japanese forest. Green, layered, endless. I raised my camera and took a photo just to keep that feeling. Then the display showed what I'd been waiting for, Kyoto. I stepped onto the platform and paused for a second. A new place always begins with a moment of silence, right before it turns into a story. I stood there for a beat and took in the whole station, voices, the flow of people. Then my eyes found the sign, Kyoto. Kyoto felt exactly like I'd imagined. Bamboo swayed overhead, whispering in the breeze, and the air smelled fresh after the morning. And then the red torii gates, one after another, lined up like a path, guiding me forward without a single word. By the river, everything slowed down, water moving gently, footsteps quieter, thoughts lighter. Lanterns warmed the narrow streets with a soft glow, and every turn looked like it belonged in a postcard. I even bought a small souvenir, a Kyoto sticker. Simple, but to me, it's like a stamp on a memory.